Can a YouTube star truly become a boxing sensation? This is the question that has followed KSI, a British YouTuber turned amateur boxer, throughout his unconventional sporting journey. Let's delve into this unique story that has been equal parts inspiring and controversial. KSI, whose real name is Olajide Olatunji, first rose to fame with his FIFA gaming videos on YouTube. However, he decided to take a leap from the digital arena to the boxing ring, a move that has stirred up a whirlwind of debates and criticisms. From a novice gamer to a formidable boxer, KSI's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. His boxing technique, primarily centered around a single powerful punch, the right overhand, has been a subject of both awe and scrutiny. Despite having only this signature punch and a couple of feints in his arsenal, KSI has managed to remain undefeated in his boxing career. However, his technique has also faced criticism for being too predictable and repetitive. His first amateur fight was against fellow YouTuber Joe Weller, which he won via a third-round TKO. His most notable fights were against Logan Paul, with the first match ending in a draw, and the second seeing KSI emerge victorious via split decision. Despite his impressive record, KSI's boxing technique has been mocked for being predictable and potentially risky. His over-reliance on the overhand right and his predictable feints have been pointed out as potential weaknesses. His stance often leaves his jaw exposed, making him vulnerable to counterattacks. The boxing community, including professional boxer Tommy Fury, has openly criticized KSI's boxing technique. They argue that his bouts are more of entertainment spectacles than serious boxing matches. Despite these criticisms, KSI's involvement in boxing has brought a new level of entertainment to the sport, leading to the rise of influencer boxing.
That's why you don't do it! That's why you don't do it, Tom!
What a shot!
However, KSI's character and perseverance have played a significant role in his boxing career. He has shown that boxing is not just about technique and athleticism, but also about character. Despite the technical shortcomings, his determination and hard work have often compensated for them, enabling him to defeat opponents who are technically superior. KSI's boxing technique has become a topic of discussion, and not always for the right reasons. His mastery of the right overhand punch has been acknowledged as a fast, powerful move that he can execute effectively no matter his position in the ring. He can throw this punch while moving forward, backward, or even standing still. To disguise this overhand, KSI uses two feints, an inward shoulder turn and a twitch of the front arm. Despite these skills, KSI's technique has been critiqued for being predictable and repetitive. He is often seen throwing 2 or even 3 blows with the same hand, a strategy considered unusual and risky in professional boxing. Moreover, his stance often leaves his jaw exposed, which could be a severe weakness against a skilled counterpuncher. Fans and professional boxers have ridiculed KSI's boxing technique, especially his predictable feints and exposed jaw. His unorthodox punching style and shoddy footwork have been a source of amusement for many. KSI's boxing career has been marked by several notable fights, each adding a unique chapter to his story. His first amateur fight was against fellow YouTuber Joe Weller, which he won in the third round via TKO. His most significant fights were against Logan Paul, with the first match ending in a draw and the second in a win for KSI via a split decision. These fights not only established KSI's boxing prowess, but also brought him into the limelight of the global boxing community. His latest victory was against FaZe Temper, which ended with a first-round knockout win. This victory further solidified his position as a formidable boxer in the ring. However, KSI's boxing record is not without controversy. One of his victories was overturned due to an illegal elbow strike. Despite these setbacks, KSI's unbeaten record in professional boxing speaks volumes about his determination and resilience. KSI's boxing journey has not been without its share of criticism. Despite his undefeated record, his boxing technique, particularly his over-reliance on the overhand right and his predictable feints, have been pointed out as potential weaknesses. His stance often leaves his jaw exposed, which can be a severe weakness against a skilled counterpuncher. Professional boxer Tommy Fury has been one of the most vocal critics of KSI's boxing technique. He has openly mocked KSI's boxing, calling it play fighting. This term is often used to describe fights that are more about entertainment than serious boxing. Fury argues that KSI's fights are more about drawing attention to his social media following than about the actual sport of boxing. KSI's boxing technique has been subjected to various criticisms. One of the main criticisms is his over-reliance on the overhand right and his predictable feints. His technique has been criticized for being repetitive and lacking in variety, which can make him predictable and therefore a potential target for counterattacks. His stance often leaves his jaw exposed, which can be a severe weakness against a skilled counterpuncher. This is because a counterpuncher can exploit this weakness by targeting KSI's jaw, which can lead to a knockout. KSI's training footage has also been ridiculed by fans and boxing enthusiasts. Some fans have criticized his technique, pointing out that he often misses his punches and doesn't seem to have a proper trainer. They argue that his training is not sufficient to improve his boxing skills. Former world champion Jesse Vargas has also expressed his concerns about KSI's boxing ability. Vargas has stated that KSI does not know how to throw a proper punch and that his technique is lacking.
KSI does not know how to throw a proper punch. There's no technique behind it, and I think that this gentleman, this kid, he can really get hurt, being in the sport of boxing.
He has warned KSI that he could get seriously hurt if he continues boxing without proper training. KSI's fights have been criticized for potentially damaging the integrity of the sport. Some argue that these fights are more about drawing attention to their social media following than about the actual sport of boxing. They argue that the focus on social media following and entertainment value overshadows the traditional elements of boxing, such as skill, technique, and sportsmanship. KSI's transition into boxing has indeed sparked a debate among boxing enthusiasts. His undefeated record and knockout wins are impressive, but his boxing technique, particularly his over-reliance on the overhand right and his predictable feints, have been criticized for being predictable and potentially risky. His stance often leaves his jaw exposed, which can be a severe weakness against a skilled counterpuncher. Despite these criticisms, KSI's involvement in boxing has brought a new level of entertainment and attention to the sport. His fights have been marketed as legitimate matchups, even though they are not sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, who oversee professional boxing in the UK. This has led to the rise of influencer boxing, with social media megastars such as KSI, Logan Paul, and Jake Paul entering the world of boxing and bringing unprecedented attention with them. However, this trend has also raised questions about the integrity of the sport. Some argue that these fights are more about drawing attention to their social media following than about the actual sport of boxing. They argue that the focus on social media, following, and entertainment value overshadows the traditional elements of boxing, such as skill, technique, and sportsmanship. On the other hand, KSI's involvement in boxing has attracted a younger, more diverse audience to the sport. His story serves as a reminder that with dedication and a bit of character, one can rise above the odds and achieve success. His journey from a YouTube gamer to a boxer has been an interesting case study in the intersection of social media and sports. Whether you see his boxing career as a gimmick or a genuine athletic endeavor, there's no denying that KSI has managed to carve out a unique niche for himself in the world of boxing. In conclusion, KSI's journey from a YouTube gamer to a boxer has been an interesting case study in the intersection of social media and sports. His story serves as a reminder that with determination, hard work, and a bit of character, one can break barriers and redefine norms. If you enjoyed this deep dive into KSI's boxing career, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay updated with more content like this. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might be interested in KSI's story. So, if you're interested in more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more exciting videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.